Hello my friends and welcome back to Greenvale Nature Preserve, Lake County Forest Preserves. Welcome to Double Penetration, no sorry, Deadly Premonition. And welcome to the weird running. But yes, please everyone, welcome to the game. And you know, this is, I quite like the slightly washed looking aesthetic. It's actually quite pleasant. It gives a good juxtaposition to what the kind of quote unquote dark world is like in this, because like the fact of the matter is I can see a car in the distance. You know, the beginning and like the prologue, which I think this is still a part of the prologue, but the like the first bit with the action is, you know, that's very different from like what the narrative tone is at the beginning, because this is all about a slow unfolding of a great mystery, an ancient mystery, an old mystery. I know I just said ancient and then old, which kind of goes, ancient is older than old, but you know what? It's my fucking channel. You can go fuck yourselves. But please don't. I mean, I don't have any animosity towards you. Hello. Emily Wyatt, Greenvale Deputy Sheriff. And of course, the love interest.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
FBI Special Agent, Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York?
Good, that's good. Are you the sheriff?
No, I'm Deputy Sheriff Emily Wyatt. George, he's the sheriff. He went looking for you, actually. He should be back soon.
I see.
If you don't mind me asking, did you walk all the way here?
My car broke down, that's all.
It does look very nice, the view.
She's easy on the eyes. Definitely worth a trip to the primitive world.
By the way, don't mention anything about what happened back there. She'll think you're a psycho.
You are talking to
that,
yourself,
Zach.
aren't you? You fucking
Welcome
mental patient.
to Greenvale. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Could you tell me why the FBI is so interested in a small-town homicide?
It's because you've got a cowboy hat on.
Let's just say it's a personal interest in killers of young women. I'm always looking for new sample cases to help me with my profiling.
Both our superiors have cleared this with each other. You can remain in command. You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No. No problem. Just want to set things straight. Our small town has its share of problems. I'm the one fixing them one by one and maintaining peace and order.
Has he got
You can have your
spurs that
profiling
jingle
sample.
jangle jingle? He's
I
got
need
fucking
you to
spurs,
understand that.
although he doesn't have spurs. I don't think he has spurs.
Of course. Of course. By the way, George, I had a little accident with my car. Could you send someone to take care of it? Oh, and my clothes and luggage are still inside.
All right. Don't worry. I'll get my assistant Thomas to take care of it.
Francis York Morgan
Do you need anything else?
is a little bit rude,
Thanks. That'll be all.
but
Well,
that's okay.
I think I'll rest up first at the hotel. Then I'll join you on your investigation.
Don't know how to say that. We really don't need your help. Unlike some of your corrupt city police officers, I play it by the book. I hope you'll come to appreciate that, Agent Morgan. and we'll handle the investigation. You just think of this as a vacation. Take it easy. Enjoy the nature here. You don't have to be a tree worshiper to appreciate the wildlife here.
Zach, let's reassess the situation. There are no cavemen here. We're as far forward as the Middle Ages. And we've just met the king.
Okay, so we have cleared the prologue in 23 minutes 27 seconds playtime. Total number of days 1. Enemies defeated 32. Cool. Payment rewarded $200. Basic wage unpaid salary $915. So just cleared $1,200 for 1 day work. Sure, let's keep saving like all the time. Zach view.
Previously during the investigation.
These puppies are making me
Yeah,
go to work.
no. No. Fuck you. Stop that. Just because you're a Japanese fucking game maker doesn't need you.
I've been using that one for a long
Cunt.
time.
Why don't you get it repaired? This TV is important to you, right?
It's got some memories attached to it, sure. I used to watch movies on this thing with your grandma all the time.
Grandma liked movies?
Of course she did. Everyone loves movies, right?
I do like
I
movies.
love movies too. I've never been to a movie theater though.
I am a great big fan of movies. Incidentally, a great big fan. But I'm weird, and like my friends will tell me that I'm weird because of this. But I like to own physical media, and by that I mean take item sugar donut. And by that I mean I really like to, I like to have books and DVDs and CDs. And many of my friends berate me about this because apparently I'm too young to be like that kind of a person who collects physical media. But especially books and DVDs are something that I truly love to have. Books probably a little bit more because I do like I like reading a book compared to reading off an e-reader. Although I have read quite a lot of books on e-readers as well.
York!
York!
York! Don't breathe. Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath.
You don't have to animate the
Hurry.
mouth
Like this.
if it
Cover your
speaks
mouth.
into your mind. Left control. Okay. This is actually one of the problems with this port as well, because with the with the control, what you have is you have the rumble feature when it starts to get more and more on your kind of, you've held your breath for so long and you've got these little moments of, for example, this moment, you can see the screen rumbling, a controller would be rumbling, a keyboard, do you know what a keyboard does? Absolutely fucking nothing, it just sits there. being all keyboardy.
Who are you?
It's fading to white. Oh, it's a can of pickles. A can of pickles will satisfy a small amount of your hunger. I actually really like pickles as well. Sometimes I'll make, I'll make potato pancakes and have them with a nice dollop of sour cream and pickles, and then I'll dip the pickles into the sour cream. Very nice. Do like that.
Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify. A forest of red trees, a carpet with red leaves, a strange doll, and twin angels. But that child is what bothers me the most.
And twin rainbows.
I swear I've seen him before. I just can't remember where.
You shouldn't smoke
Well, it'll
indoors or
probably
in
come
bed.
back to me eventually.
Or indoors in bed. You shouldn't
For
smoke.
now, we need coffee.
Probably period. But I can't really
Let's head to the cafeteria,
get
Zach.
that judgy about that.
I hope they have some real coffee. I really need some coffee. Then we can head to the sheriff's office. There's a proper procedure for everything, right, Zach?
Correctamundo. Suitcase. Briefcase, alright. Suit agent. Suit made for an elite FBI agent. Anyway, so this is the... So gonna fucking wear this. Would you like to? Yes, I would. Thank you. So extra for trendy clothes. What about this is trendy? Oh my god, I want someone to comment on this. Anyway, so the whole method, like I've mentioned, with this is if you don't change your clothes periodically, you will start to smell. And I don't know if that actually has a proper gameplay element. I just once noticed that I had flies around me. And another thing that will happen is if you don't shave for a couple of days, you will actually start to grow a proper stubble. It's actually quite fetching. I should probably leave the shaving bit out for the next, let's say, few days or something like that. But now that we're going to be just wandering around the hotel for a little bit, I'm actually going to answer some questions given to me by a Mr. Liam Lewis. Move map. Okay, so mission is that way. So Mr. Liam Lewis. I hate. Why is it fuck you. Made, gave a couple of questions, and unfortunately these questions are in a Twitter DM, which means, I could have faked that. Doesn't matter. So we've got 3 questions. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? And to that, I'm of course, I could make a a very disingenuous answer, or I can actually give the proper answer, which is, well, for one, I really like iDubbbz. I really like, Kickstarter crap, of course, and the Content Cup, but I also quite enjoy watching the bad unboxings. An egg. You got egg. I think, even the bad unboxings are quite humorous to watch, not because of the bullshit that people send in, but rather because you can see like the joy in someone's eyes just drain away because of the bullshit that people send in, and that's great. I like that. Aside from that, I really like Soviet Womble. I Hate Everything. Really do quite enjoy. Grade A Under A, of course. I really like Yahtzee Croshaw, and by that I mean I really like watching Let's Drown Out and of course Zero Punctuation. Both of those are very nice. And if we talk about like Let's Players, then I'm gonna say my favorite is probably Markiplier, but only when he's not playing one of the like memetic games, like when he actually plays something that actually hits home with him. So it's not just like weird screams and bullshit like that, but rather when it's actual stories and actual, stuff that actually makes him talk about the game. Really like those kind of things. But, it's hit and miss. Everything's hit and miss. There's also like H3H3. I like, kind of, but it's not like I find them
Good
funny.
morning, Mr. Morgan.
I just happen
Your
to find
breakfast
them
is ready for you.
to often be quite, the commentary is on the spot. The weird, like,
Thank you, Mrs.
jokes and
Polly
the
Oxford.
humour might
Just
not
Polly
be
is
like
fine.
the
Well then.
Ethan Bradbury meme.
Thank you, Polly.
Just does no.
I'm starving.
But they do make good points, and it's fun watching two people who
Is everything all
enjoy
right,
each other's
Mr.
company.
Morgan?
Anyway, it's a good thing.
Yes, it's delicious, Polly. My compliments to the chef.
I'm hoping my cooking will bring back repeat guests. Honestly, though, it's been a while since anyone has stayed here.
I couldn't help but notice. Aside from you and me, there seems to be no other guests or workers around.
What's that? The salt's in that white shaker there.
Thank you. I was wondering if there were any other guests or workers here.
Oh, no one else. My husband and I used to run this place, but he's in heaven now.
You've been working here alone since then. Must be hard by yourself.
Oh my, we're all out of pepper. I'm very sorry.
It must be difficult to run a hotel by yourself.
Well, yes, I suppose.
There's only two
I
of you.
could just live on my pension.
Why at
But
the
I have to admit,
opposite ends of a
running a
fucking
hotel
great
is
big
kind of
table?
like a hobby of mine.
That's nice. Polly, it might help to hear you better if you could sit a little closer.
Oh my, Mr. Morgan, you're embarrassing me. So early in the day, too. I think I'm a little too old for you.
And I still love my departed husband. May God rest his soul. I appreciate the invitation, but I'm fine over here.
Polly, I can hardly hear you from all the way over there.
You're exaggerating. This is fine. It won't do to be all clumped together with such a large table and cafeteria. We have to make use of all this space. Now tell me, that wound on your face, what happened?
Let's just say I had some trouble during the last case I was working on. I'm sure it'll heal. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh my, well, there's no need to be the tough guy here. I want you to be able to relax here. I've prepared a special room for you. A famous rock star once stayed in the same room, you know.
Really? I feel honored.
If you need anything at all, just let me know. I'll help you out in any way I can.
Zach, the lady is offering to help.
Do you want to ask her about the town?
Say,
Yeah.
Polly,
Yeah, why
what
not?
can you tell me about this town?
Well, let me see. You might know this already, but the town is called Greenvale. It rains here quite often, but it's a nice place, surrounded with nature. It was a big and prospering lumber town until not so long ago. We used to have a population of over 6,000 people. Less than a tenth of them left now. This hotel was built back then. We saw plenty of guests in those days.
That's why this place is so big for such a small community.
I have so many fond memories from back then. I suppose the clock on the community center is quite famous too.
The clock?
Oh yes, it's lovely. It rings in the morning and at night to let the whole town know the time. You'll hear it many times during your stay. It's a beautiful sound. And you'll love it too, I think.
I look forward to hearing it then.
Anything else you'd like to know about?
Mm,
Yes,
Yeah, shops.
actually, Polly. Could you tell me about the shops around here?
Shops? Well, there aren't many. It is a small town, after all. You can do most of your shopping at the Milk Barn convenience store. The couple who run it are a unique pair. I'm sure you'll get to like them. The A&G Diner is a great place to eat. They might be open even if my kitchen is closed. If you want to go to a bar, there are two. The Galaxy of Terror and the Sweary 65. I don't care much for either of them. Bars are for the younger folk. We also have a gas stand, of course, the art gallery, and even a gunsmith. You should be able to find what you need.
Thank you, Polly.
Well, Mr. Morgan, I'd better start cleaning up. You just take it easy. I'll bring your coffee out in a moment.
Thank you, Polly. I have to warn you, though, I am very particular about my coffee. The very best you have, please.
I understand. I'll be right back with it.
Look with interest. Look deep into the coffee.
Did you see that, Zach? Clear as a crisp spring morning. F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. Never fails.
Ah,
Let's get going.
look at that smile. Ah, that is the smile of a pervert. I know. Trust me, I know. That is the smile of a pervert. Oh my god, that's fucking... Ah, it's great. I love that. That's great. Ah, yay. Ah, you look like such a fucking weirdo. But yeah, it's a very, very nice and big dining room. I will say that. The carpet is a little bit weird because this is... I've never been to a hotel dining room with a camo carpet on the floor. There's also quite a spread. But yeah, Francis York Morgan, please call me York, has the uncanny ability to read the future from coffee. Hello, Polly. First day of investigation. Total cleared time. Total number of... Okay. That was the first day, was it? No, it wasn't. Our funds total amount. It was built back in the 1700s. Anyway. So, at this point I'm gonna quickly move into the other questions that Liam had. So, the second question, why did I start a YouTube channel? Well, felt good at the moment. Started out as a bit of a joke between me and my best friend, and most importantly, it was something like. But this goes into like
police car.
the after effects a little bit. Like, you know, doing YouTube or doing videos like this was something that I thought about doing for quite a
So
long
we
time,
have
to be
King
honest.
George to thank for preparing a car for me. A pleasant surprise, eh, Zach?
Don't be a dickhead.
Let's take it for a spin.
Dickhead. It was something that I did think of for a really long time, and
I have to tell you, Zach, this place simply amazes me. The keys were left on the front hood, and nobody stole the car. Values. This town has what the country needs. Values.
Let's head over to the sheriff's department.
Boost. Wipe us on, wipe us off, signal left and signal right. Yay. Side brake. Okay. You got master key. But it did, like, in the beginning it did start out as something of a joke. So, and I mean it's you know, it's something that I'm not looking to get like a, you know, renown and, you know, great riches out of it. It's just something that I like doing because it kind of gives me a way to interact with people without interacting with people, which is kind of perfect for me. I am a little bit antisocial. But, you know, there are people who contributed to the beginning of it that I'm very grateful to. Yeah, didn't really have a proper reason. Didn't even have a proper idea when I started. Like, what kind of stuff would I be doing? I thought, yeah, probably gonna do gaming because that's like, this is like the one thing that I'm qualified to do at this point on YouTube. Then the question of what kind of games, and that was a fucking... I had no idea at the time. Fuck! I still kinda don't, like, really know what I'm doing. But that's, you know, be that as it may, it's okay. So, you know, started off doing, just kind of trying to find what I felt good doing. And one of the things that I ended up feeling good about doing was point and click games. And I've done a lot of point and click games. Over the almost a year that I've now been on YouTube. And
That's one fine building for such a small town.
yeah, it's been
The exterior
very
looks
interesting, very
spectacular. Don't you agree, Zach?
very different. Then I started doing, well, then when Resident Evil 7 rolled around, I decided to do that, and you know, now I've done a couple of third-person shooters, like, but all of them are kind of like horror thriller. So I don't know what the answer is.
Pleasure to meet you, Agent Morgan. We've been expecting you. I'm Thomas McLean, the sheriff's assistant.
Hello, Thomas.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm going to refrain on
Please
making
just call me
any
York.
comments about
It's what
Thomas.
everyone else calls me.
Very well then, Agent York.
I believe I owe you a thank you for retrieving my belongings from my car. Thanks.
Oh, no, just doing my job. I want to help do everything I can to help the investigation. I just can't believe Anna was murdered. She was such a bright and lovely girl.
Did you know her well?
Well, no, not really. But it's a very small town. I'm sorry. It's just that this is the first really big case I've ever seen.
I understand. just try to relax. Can I have a look at Anna's file now?
Yes, of course. The sheriff told me to let you through to the meeting room, but I've lost the key to the cabinet where the files are. Why don't you take a look around while I go look for it?
Okay, let me know when things are ready.
Zach, Thomas appears to be the kind and sensitive type, totally at odds with the monarch. Almost a good setting for a cartoon.
Almost a good setting, but not really. Not in the slightest, to be honest. So, before I end the video, I'm going to answer the third question Liam had, which is YouTubers I'd smash or pass. I'm going to be honest here. 99% of YouTube I'll probably pass on. People I'd smash, I don't fucking know. Like Ryan, Mr. Mumbles, he's quite fit. Liam's quite fit, actually. I tap Markiplier, but that's just because he's pretty fucking handsome. Hannah Minx, she's got them tig old bitties, so that's not really. I don't really know. I don't like really watch YouTube like that. Like I don't go, oh, they're quite attractive. I wonder what their points are. Their points are good. I'd fuck that. I don't know. It's a very difficult question. It's something that I'm probably going to have to actually come back to. I'm going to have to do research on this question. So this question and this answer is going to be a two-parter. See, a little bit of teasing for the next part. But yeah, we're now out of time. I thank you very much for joining me for this, and for now, goodbye.